Stop everything you're doing right now. What I'm about to tell you will change how you see the next 7 days forever. You think this is just another ordinary week sliding into July, don't you? You think June is winding down like any other month, but you're dead wrong. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why this final week of June holds more power than the entire rest of the year combined. Most people will sleepwalk through these next 7 days. They'll miss the signs, ignore the opportunities, and let the most transformative week of 2025 slip through their fingers like sand. But not you. Not after what I'm about to reveal. So here's my challenge. Can you handle the truth about what's really happening? Because once you see what I'm about to show you, there's no going back to ignorant bliss. The hidden calendar. Let me ask you something that might sound strange. Have you felt it yet? That restless energy crawling under your skin? That feeling like you're waiting for something, but you can't name what? You're not imagining it. And you're definitely not alone. There's a hidden calendar most people never learn about. While everyone else is focused on mundane dates and deadlines, a select few understand that certain periods carry exponentially more power than others. And right now, we're entering what ancient wisdom keepers called the luck window. But here's the twist that no one tells you. This luck doesn't look like luck at first. It comes disguised as chaos, setbacks, and closed doors. It arrives wearing the mask of disappointment, and that's exactly why most people miss it entirely. Stay with me, because I'm about to show you 3 cosmic events happening this week that will either catapult you forward or leave you wondering what could have been. The Solstice Gateway, your point of no return. 3 days ago, something monumental happened that you probably didn't even notice. June 21st wasn't just the summer solstice, it was a cosmic point of no return. The universe literally locked the door behind you. Think of it this way. Every decision you made, every compromise you accepted, every dream you put on hold, all of that belongs to a version of you that no longer exists. The energetic signature of who you were before June 21st has been archived permanently. This isn't symbolic. This isn't metaphorical. This is the actual mechanism by which the universe upgrades consciousness, and it only happens at specific astronomical moments. Here's what this means for you practically. That job you've been tolerating, those relationships you've been settling for, those excuses you've been making, they're about to feel unbearable. And that's not a problem. That's the solution. But here's where it gets interesting. Over the next 4 days, you're going to be tested. The universe is going to present you with what looks like the same old options, the same safe choices, the same comfortable compromises. And if you take them, you'll find yourself in a time loop, repeating the same patterns with slightly different packaging. The question is, are you brave enough to walk away from what's familiar, even when the new path isn't visible yet? The identity crisis. That's actually a gift now. Let me tell you about something that's going to happen in exactly 2 days that will either terrify you or liberate you, depending on how prepared you are. On June 25th, we experience what I call the Great Dissolving. It's a new moon, but not the kind that whispers about fresh starts and gentle new beginnings. This is the kind that strips away your mask and asks, who are you when nobody's watching? Who are you when the image crumbles? For 48 hours, your reflection, both literal and metaphorical, is going to feel foreign. You might catch yourself in the mirror and feel like you're looking at a stranger. You might hear yourself saying things that don't sound like you. You might feel emotions that seem to come from nowhere. Don't panic. This isn't a breakdown. It's a breakthrough in disguise. Here's what's really happening. All those roles you play, All those stories you tell yourself about who you are, all those limitations you've accepted as truth, they're temporarily dissolving. And in that space of emptiness, something more authentic gets to emerge. But here's the crucial part. Most people will resist this process. They'll desperately try to reassemble their old identity, like frantically gathering scattered pieces of a puzzle. Don't be one of them. Instead, sit in the discomfort. Let the old self dissolve, because what emerges on the other side isn't an improved version of who you were. It's who you've always been beneath the layers of conditioning and fear. The Jupiter vanishing act, when your safety net disappears. Here's something that happened yesterday that you definitely didn't notice, but your soul absolutely felt. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, luck, and abundance, disappeared behind the sun. Now, before you think this is just astronomical trivia, let me explain what this means for your daily life. For the past several months, you've been operating with a cosmic safety net. Even when things got tough, there was an underlying current of optimism, a sense that things would work out, a belief that opportunities would appear. That safety net just vanished. And while that might sound terrifying, it's actually the greatest gift you could receive right now. Because when the external sources of confidence disappear, you're forced to find the unshakable confidence that lives within you. Over the next week, you might notice your usual boldness flickering. Plans that felt certain might suddenly feel questionable. That inner voice that usually says, "Go for it," might go quiet. This is not a sign to retreat. This is a sign that you're being upgraded to a higher level of operation, one that doesn't depend on external validation or cosmic cheerleading. The people who thrive during Jupiter's disappearance are the ones who discover that their real power was never dependent on favorable circumstances. They're the ones who learn to move forward in the dark, guided by nothing but their own inner compass. Are you one of them? The Mars eclipse, when fire goes underground. But wait, there's more. On June 30th, something even more significant happens. Mars, the planet of action, drive, and raw instinct, gets eclipsed by the moon. Now, if you understand energy, you know that Mars is your inner fire, your motivation, your fighting spirit, your ability to take decisive action. When Mars gets eclipsed, that fire doesn't disappear. It goes underground. It concentrates. It becomes more powerful, not less. Here's what this looks like in real life. You might feel a strange contradiction this week. One moment, you'll feel motivated and ready to take on the world. The next moment, you'll feel completely flat, like all your drive has evaporated. Don't try to force the action during the flat moments. That's not suppression, that's strategic waiting. The fire is still there, but it's coiling, building pressure, preparing for something bigger. Pay attention to the people who go quiet this week. They're not checking out, they're charging up. And if you feel yourself withdrawing, don't fight it. That withdrawal might be the most strategic move you make all month. The meteor message. Catching signals from the edge. Now here's where things get really interesting. On June 27th, we have the peak of the June Boutids meteor shower. But this isn't your typical celestial light show that everyone gathers to watch. The Boutids are unpredictable. Some years, they're completely silent. Other years, they explode with unexpected brilliance. Scientists can't predict them, and that's exactly what makes them important. This is the universe's way of sending random signals, cosmic interference designed to catch you off guard and wake you up. But here's the thing. You won't see these signals if you're looking straight ahead. They hit the periphery of your awareness. They show up as thoughts that feel like whispers from somewhere else, synchronicities that seem too precise to be coincidental, dreams that feel more real than your waking life, random encounters that shift your entire perspective. The most important messages never announce themselves as important. They arrive disguised as coincidences, dismissed as imagination, forgotten as random thoughts. This week, pay attention to what you almost miss. That fleeting thought you were about to dismiss might be the key to everything. The Saturn-Neptune revelation, when reality cracks. But perhaps the most significant event happens on June 29th, when Saturn and Neptune form a rare alignment. This is reality meeting illusion, structure confronting the intangible. When these two forces merge, something profound happens. The edges of your reality start to blur. Not in a scary, losing your mind way, but in a way that reveals the layers beneath what you thought was solid. You might experience strange moments of déjà vu that don't resolve. Conversations might loop back to sentences that weren't supposed to be important. You might start noticing patterns in numbers, names, and events that seem to track you uninvited. This isn't confusion. This is clarity you weren't ready for before now. The reality you've been living in isn't false, but it's incomplete. And now, you're being shown the blueprint behind the curtain. Don't try to decode everything immediately. The important part isn't solving the puzzle, it's recognizing that there is a puzzle to begin with. The Golden Trap. Why this week's opportunities might be tests. Now, here's the warning I promised at the beginning. This week you're going to receive offers, opportunities, maybe even people that seem like exactly what you've been waiting for. They'll arrive quickly, conveniently, even perfectly. That speed is your warning sign. The universe is testing your ability to discern between what glitters and what's actually gold. The fake opportunities will rush towards you, demanding immediate decisions, offering shortcuts and instant gratification. The real opportunities will move slowly. They'll challenge your patience. They won't give you that dopamine hit, but they'll plant something inside you that grows for years. Ask yourself, is this really new, or is it just faster? Is this authentic progress, or just a prettier version of the same old patterns? Trust what moves like a root, not like a spark. The final truth. Here's what I know that most people don't. This week isn't just another collection of days on the calendar. It's an initiation, a test, a cosmic sorting process that separates those who are ready to level up from those who are content to repeat the same patterns with slightly different packaging. The question isn't whether these cosmic events will affect you, they already are. The question is whether you'll be conscious enough to work with them or unconscious enough to resist them. You have 7 days to prove to the universe that you're ready for the next level. 7 days to show that you can navigate without the old maps, trust without the old certainties, and move forward even when the path isn't illuminated. The cosmic spotlight is on you. What are you going to do with it? Remember, you're not late, you're not behind, and you're definitely not imagining things. You're exactly where the hidden path begins. The question is, are you brave enough to walk it? If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments what signs you've been noticing. And if you want to stay ahead of the cosmic curve, subscribe for more insights that most people will never hear about. The universe is always speaking. The question is whether you're listening.